what's the common denominator in all of these clips that I'm about to show you right now? They all have this cinematic, almost filmic look. If you've been looking to tap into your inner creative and make some absolutely stunning visuals, then you've come to the right place. I'm Anthony Bender with Monthly Creative, and I'm gonna show you how we got this amazing footage. Check it out. Now let's go over how I was able to achieve that look. What is the secret to such a shot, you might have been wondering? Well, I have the answer right here for you. A black Pro Mist diffusion filter. What is a black Pro Mist diffusion filter, and what does it do? Essentially what it is a filter you can put on the top of your lens that diffuses the light going through it. It's what causes the image to look softer and the highlights to bloom much more than if you were to not use a filter. It helps take the digital edge off of the modern gear. So as you can see here, compared to the shots with the filter on, the imagery is much sharper and you can make out much more details. But with the filter, you'll notice how there's less contrast, the image isn't as sharp, and that the highlights coming from the light bloom outward, giving it more of a glow. In these examples, I'm using both the Tiffin 1/4 Black Pro Mist filter and the K&F Concept 1/2 Black Diffusion filter. The numbers on the filter indicate the different strings. Looking at the two shots with the filters on, you'll notice the differences right away. Diffusion filters aren't limited to social media influencers or just concepts. They're used in big films too. Let's take a look at some examples. In front of us here, we have shots from different films. Catch Me If You Can, The Underground Railroad, Torn Curtain, and Waiting to Exhale. All four of these scenes were shot using a diffusion filter, and there are many reasons for wanting to use the filter for these scenes as well. Commonly, one might use the filter to make the shot more ethereal or atmospheric, giving it more of a dream-like feel. Considering how soft it makes it look, maybe you also want to make the viewer feel the sense of happiness that might come from nostalgia. In all four of these shots, you can see how the diffusion filter affects it, from softening the skin, blooming the highlights, and dropping the contrast. It's a stark difference to how sharp and crunchy these scenes may have been without it. Having a BPM filter gives you the option to go for a different and more cinematic look. So if you ever get the chance to pick one up, I would definitely recommend doing so. It does so much for your look, especially for something so small. So if you haven't had the chance to dive into the world of filters, I would definitely do so now. There are so many out there that can give your footage all kinds of different looks and styles without having to rely on all the post-processing and editing. If you found this video to be helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next video.